Hello, hello, my friends. AmyR here with Prairie Paper and Ink. Welcome back to my face. I'm a card making space. You.
Hello. Am I the card
No, I'm the one who's supposed to be talking, not you. And yes, the unpaid intern's in the corner making himself known. Oh my goodness. Okay, so far so good. All fingers crossed. You know, let's just see how today goes, because it's not one thing, it's another with the gremlins. But hello to all of the peoples. So yeah, thank you guys for joining me. Here's a bit of a mess, but what else is new? Honestly, I don't really care. It's all good. So yeah, hello to everybody. And yeah, everything seems to be working. So yeah, we'll just keep going and hope. We shall hope for the best. Today is going to be sort of a playing around day. I still think I'm going to get at least one, maybe two cards done. But there's going to be a bit of experimenting, because why not? So we'll just see what happens, because I've got random products I pulled. Like always, everything I plan to use is listed and linked below. There's a visual supply so you can click on, opens in another window. It's got it all there. It's also listed in the description box. You just gotta expand it. It's all there. And then if I pull other random things, unpaid intern, that's what he's good for. He'll add, and then I'll edit it afterwards. And then we'll just see. Because yeah, my brain is going a million miles a minute and I've got 5 million things going on. So yeah, hello to everybody. And then, yeah, we're going to do some BetterPress today because I haven't used it in a while. And yeah, I pulled it out and I was going to do just like a regular, edited video. And I was like, why not use it live? For those that aren't aware, that was one of the first lives I did, was like unboxing the BetterPress and using it live for the first time, because I'm crazy, whatever. But if I'm able to do it live with no anything, no planning, no prep, whatever, I think anybody can use this thing. So yeah, it's fun. So I pulled it out because I showed this in a live either last week or the week before, recently, because I had ordered it. It's here, and I was like, it's been bugging me. I need to use it. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so let's switch the. Okay. So for those that might not be aware of what the BetterPress is, I'm not gonna go into complete breakdown of all the things, because there are plenty of videos. Again, my own live from months and months ago, unboxing it, explaining it, etc., etc. But basically, the whole point of it is using press plates with this system that has a gap that runs through your die cut machine, and it presses them into the cardstock. So you get that letterpress effect, which I personally just love. I love letterpress. I love the look of it, So we're just going to see, because again, I got some ideas. So, like I said, originally when this was released, because this is made by Spellbinders, originally it was just Spellbinders press plates, because they invented it. And then other brands have now been coming out with press plates made the same way, etc. So Altenew has released some. I think Pink Fresh has some press plates now. And there might be others, and my brain just went silent. But, more and more are coming out with them, and that makes me happy, because these, press plates. You can use the press plates in the Glimmer hot foil system, so you can hot foil with these, which I was like, that is what actually sold me, because I wasn't sure originally if I was going to get this. But then I was like, oh, you can hot foil with these, and they hot foil. Oh, I'm not going to do that today, but... Ooh, Kathy Z's in the house. Hello, Kathy. I've got royalty here. Anyway, so I got this little, because it's a big floral. Really? Are we surprised? No. So this is the Billowing Flower press plates. And it's a set of two. It's the flower and sentiment. And also I thought I'd go simple because it's been a minute since I've used this. So I'm not going to do anything crazy, you know? But again, there's plenty of videos out there. People getting really creative with this system. So then the other thing, and this is where it's going to be a little bit of an experiment, because if you get the BetterPress system, it does come with an assortment of the BetterPress cotton card panels, you know, and this is made for spellbinders because they went through and did all the things. These are cotton. They give you the best results, blah, blah, blah. I've used them. I love them. They're nice. They're great. I've also used my BetterPress system with other things. I will use it with cardstock just for fun. I've done other videos using this and experiment. So what my experiment's going to be, though, is I got my hands on some of this Artistry by Altenew watercolor paper. Theirs is also 100% cotton. And I was just gonna like play with it, and I'm still gonna just play with it. But I was curious, and now, of course, being the completely brilliant professional that I am, one of these pieces is Altenew's. And I don't remember which one. I think no, this is Altenew's is more textured. That's what it is. That's the difference I noticed. Is yeah, Altenew's watercolor paper. It has a more textured side and then a smoother side. Yeah, so that's Altenew's. And then Spellbinders, like meant for their machine, is quite smooth. I won't call this hot press because it's not, but it is quite smooth on both sides. But it's still got a bit, just a bit. It's kind of splitting hairs on the texture, sort of thing. But the one thing I noticed immediately is I would say the Altenew watercolor paper, color wise, is very similar to. I have to pull these out. Okay, to the Bisque, because Spellbinders has Porcelain, which is white, Bisque, which is kind of your typical watercolor paper color, kind of off white, and then they have the gray one. I think it's called is it Pebble something. I love that stuff. I used up my panels of it. I have to order more. So anyway, Altenew, color wise, it's similar to the Bisque. Just thought I would point that out. So I thought I'll use one Altenew and I'll use one Spellbinders Bisque and see if there's a difference running it through my machine. Just why not? Well, again, like I said, we'll experiment. Let's see what happens. Hooray. Hooray. So that's my, yeah, this is, and this, everything else I'm using, FYI, everything else I'm using, I purchased myself. I purchased the plates, the stamps, all the things. This was sent to me. And the one I linked to, I think is 5 or 7. These panels are A2 sized. So this was sent to me and I was just like, ooh, because I was going to order it anyway. Because again, I was just curious. I was like, let's just see. So I was kind of excited when I got it and I'm like, yay, more watercolor paper for me to play with. So let me take a pencil before I even start, because I'm going to forget again, even though I can now tell just by looking at them. Yeah, literally. This is Altenew. And then this one is Spellbinders. So yeah, and I wrote that on the textured side of the Altenew because I'm not going to use the textured side. I'm going to press onto the more smooth side, just because. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Okay. I think we've got everything, and then yeah, hot foiling. We'll do that in a future video. I'll do maybe some hot foiling again. So I think I'm just gonna. Do I want to use the sentiment? No, I'm not, because I have other ideas. So really, all you do. There's like fancy names for everything too. The Chase Platen, I think. I think I've got those correct. Magnetic plate, clear plate. That's basically how I'm going to refer them because I always forget. But this is magnetic. It's nice and magnetic, holds everything in place, and it's got its, you know, sizing, so you can center things, etc., between an A2 panel, A7, etc. What I think I'm going to do, one, is remove my hair from it, because that's not necessary. And then let's put it like a little off center, because I can. So then we've got Spellbinders paper, and they recommend doing little bits. I've shown this in videos, little tiny bits of like the Spellbinders tape, etc. Another thing I've been seeing people do is just use a adhesive roller dot thingy, my big thingy, you know. So the only drawback with this, obviously, is you're gonna get like, it's gonna gum up after a while and get gunky. I don't care, because again, a little bit of rubbing alcohol that'll do that. But the thing I like about the idea of using this is it leaves like no raised bits, because I've seen people use like the Spellbinders tape it comes with, or washi tape, whatever, but like rolling it up, and I've done that too, but it actually does make a difference. Especially when you're doing big. With this, it's irrelevant, but I just thought I'd mention it. When you're doing, say, a full plate, and the raised edges, if you've rolled up the piece of tape, and what I mean by that is like if I was just to take this, you know, roll it up like so, and then use it like that, you know, to hold my paper. It's actually, I've seen people have issues with that, and it causes weird, you know, because it's just that teensy bit different. It's weird. It's weird. So instead of doing that, I just thought, I was like, well, I'll just do what other people do, and let's just go like this. There, done. Good. So, Spellbinders, we'll center it on the little lines, just like so. There we go. It's not going anywhere. And then, BetterPress ink. Do you need to use BetterPress ink? No, you don't. I've used it with other ones. I've shown it with other ones. In my Halloween series, I use more because I use the Spellbinders like Halloween series of press plates. And I'll use a different ink for what I go on the inside, so just stay tuned. But this was formulated for this, because Spellbinders partnered with Ranger to make this ink, because it's just super amazing, and I like it. It's, you get a good impression. So you just do a little twist and tap. That's all you do. Super simple. So you completely cover it. There's a bunch of colors available, etc. I just want to do black because I'm going to watercolor this. That's the plan. But they've got like a whole bunch of colors, and I have several of them. I haven't ordered the newest colors that Spellbinders released, but I'm gonna. Okay, so got that. And then these have little feet, so that when I put this on here, it's actually, like I showed, it's suspended. It's not touching the plate, the platen, whatever it's called. So there we go. Doesn't look like anything. And then you got to run it through your die cut machine. I'm using Platinum 6. Again, Spellbinders. It works great. Does this work in other machines? Yes, you have to look into that. It's listed, I think, on the Spellbinders website with the BetterPress, different machines compatibilities. So you got to look into that. But all you do is run it through. That's it. So we just do that. Okay. And then it's perfect. I love it. It's amazing. I do not know if I can show. If you can actually see. Yeah. If you guys could see it in real life, how it's like pressed into the cardstock. Chef's kiss. Love it. So, because this is super heavyweight, I'm not concerned. It's going to be interesting when I do the thinner cardstock on the inside later. Yeah. It even pressed the adhesive right into it, which I kind of expected. Not a biggie, because that's getting adhered anyway. It'll be fine. Yes, it is. again, they formulated this. It is archival ink, but it's thicker. It is not the same as archival ink because Spellbinders, they tested absolutely everything, blah blah blah, and it is thicker than archival ink. So that was my no. You cannot use wafer dyes. I've actually tested it. I don't recommend it, but I did test it in either in a live or in one of my videos or something. But you do not use hot foil plates in this. You can actually wreck your machine because regular hot foil plates are too thick. So you can actually wreck your BetterPress if you do it. So why it's not recommended. Plus, hot foil plates kind of resist ink. It just doesn't work. Wafer dyes don't have the thickness because they're cutting lines. They're not thick, thicker detail, etc. So if you were to run a wafer dye through with this, one, pressing all your ink pads onto wafer dyes, you're getting a little, you might be wrecking your ink pads eventually. But also, wafer dyes are thinner. So it's a matter of you would have to add shims and do different things. It is possible. It's just, it's difficult. So yeah, same sort of thing with like wafer dyes and hot foiling. It works, but it's a little more finicky. Okay, so now let's do the Altenew paper and see what happens. So I got to add more adhesive, and then we'll press the Altenew paper onto here. I assume it's gonna work. We'll see. And then we just got to re-ink our little dude. So again, you just kind of twist it and tap it, just like so. Make sure I got coverage. Yep, looks good. And then let's do it again. Let's do it again. See what happens with this stuff. So, stick it on there and then run it through. Just curious is all. And I'm pretty sure I've used this with my Canson XL watercolor paper too, if I remember. I can't remember, but I think I have. I'm sure I've tried it and it worked great too. Perfection. Perfection. They're both perfection. I see nothing different, really, other than I can see a difference. You can't really see it on camera. I can see a difference just in the texture of the watercolor paper. So this pressed in actually a little deeper. It's not as, like, again, we're splitting hairs. It's, yeah. I think they're both great. The Spellbinders cotton panels are amazing. I love them and I've ordered extras. This stuff seems to work great. I use my Canson, but they worked. Hooray. And I'm just going to leave that sticky bit because, again, we'll use the plate to do the insides. I'm just going to clean this up because I'm not going to use BetterPress ink. That's the other thing to remember because, again, this is an archival type formula. And if you've ever worked with Ranger's archival ink, that stuff's a beast to try and remove. And that's where you do need the archival ink cleaner. It just, it cleans. It works. It's the way to go. So I just take it on my little cloth. You just, because you can do it this way, but it gets this all gunky and stuff, and I don't like that. I don't like it. So I just put it on a cloth, and then I can get it off my magnetic plate, platen, chase, doohickey. I should like actually label these what they're actually, I don't remember. Terminology is important, but I don't remember what they're called. I don't remember. Anyway, but yeah. So I just clean up. You don't need, and you don't need to clean it after like every single use. I do just because it's habit, If you're planning on using something like many times and every single time you're always using the BetterPress ink, it will build up over time. So you want to clean them at least occasionally, but they don't need to be cleaned constantly. But again, I'm going to switch to a dye ink for what I want to do on the inside of the card. So I'm just going to clean this up. Yeah, we're good. We're good. So I did that. It does. This stuff stinks. I'm not breathing through my nose. It's like the minute I open it, I stop breathing through my nose. Because it does. Here. Smell it, unpaid intern. Even with your horrible sniffing skills. It's
great. Like a damn thing.
You can't smell it at all. Proof that his nose is nowhere near as good as mine. It stinks.
Really? You're
so weird. Anyway, okay. We'll just set this aside. It does. It does. It reeks. It reeks. I don't like it, but it cleans amazingly. So, yeah. Okay. We'll set that aside. And then I've got my little panels. So yeah, Spellbinders, Altenew. They both work wonderfully, really. Yeah, they both work great. And then I thought, since I'm using Altenew products today, I pulled this out. I've shown this in tons of videos over the years. This is the little Altenew watercolor. There we go. Paint set. This is a little pan set. So yeah, I've had this. I don't even remember when this came out. I bought this years ago. One thing I like a lot about this is the whole thing is plastic. So if I really want to get crazy and do a lot of coloring, I can just spray this with water, and it moistens everything. You can do your thing. And there's no metal bits because I don't like spraying the palettes I have that are in metal tins because the little connectors, if you know what I'm talking about, that hold the wells they can rust. Not a good time. So yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of watercoloring. Why not? How can I get an unpaid intern? Well, I would yeah, you can pay him. Totally defeats the purpose, dude. It's too bad we didn't live closer to each other, because yeah, I'd lend him out. It seems like Chris is going to stay at Kathy's house for her lives and then come back for mine.
Oh boy.
But that's a long flight.
If I'm in demand, you got to start charging for my time.
Yeah. Oh, darn it. I won't be surprised soon. They're going to find your email address and you're going to start getting emails with offers.
If they find my online presence, I'm going to be in trouble.
Yeah, wouldn't be good. So yeah, anyway, okay. Where did if you find one, let me know. I know, right? I lucked out. Yeah, Chris, do you have a link for an unpaid intern? I'm very lucky and appreciative because, yeah, I couldn't afford an actual, intern. So him doing it for free or basically snacks. Yeah. Really, we call him the unpaid intern, but really, I buy him things.
You can order me from Amazon. I come in like a life-size Ken doll box.
Mojo Dojo Casa House with an unpaid intern inside. Mm-hmm. If it was only that easy. Okay, back to what we're doing. Oh my goodness. Okay. No, it's a boy toy thing. Yeah, this is why I call him the unpaid intern. We could get into some issues if we were to start referring to him in other ways. But yeah, that's also why we do lives on Sundays, because generally Chris isn't working. Sometimes overtime happens. Actually, let me quickly, speaking of things, let's make sure my phone doesn't go off. We'll put that over there. And yeah. Okay. Watercolor. Palettes. I'm still in a pink mood. I was going to go with a different color, and then I changed my mind last minute, and I was like, we're going to do pink. On Wednesdays we wear pink, on Sundays we go live, and on Sundays we go live and wear pink, I guess. I don't know. I'm just in a pink mood, and this color just speaks to me. So it's like, it's going to be pink and green. This is going to be simple watercoloring. Nothing crazy. Where's my cloth before I forget? Okay. Just random cotton. This thing's like... My Inky Banky is destroyed. Okay. But it works nicely for cleaning off my my brushes. My work surface, whatever else I'm doing, Okay. So, got that a little wet. I got my big old jar of water that I keep usually way out of reach so that my elbows cannot hit it. Because that's my watercolor water. And then I'm just using Zen. These are cheap. Everything's linked. This is a Zen. Let's start with a Zen size 4. Little watercolor brush. And we'll do some of that. Maybe we'll do some of the lighter pink too. Why not? And then maybe, who knows? Maybe we'll use a bit of that. Maybe some of the darkest shade. And then for the greens, we'll use probably these two. Because we can. Oh, and then the centers. We'll need a... this one, I think, will be a nice color for the center. So yeah. The Inky Binky is a Tim Holtz, like practically a trademark. I just laugh every time he calls it that. It makes me laugh. Okay. Chris, I see your demand. If you need a manager, I'm here. You guys, stop it. He's not going to unionize any offers.
I'm already unionized.
He already is unionized in his own job, but this CEO will union bust.
Well,
just cuz, okay? Okay, I got kids to feed, man. Stop it. Stop it.
We're on the same team here anyway.
I know. But I swear, if any of you try and steal my unpaid intern, okay. I should zoom in a bit. Okay. Yeah. Altenew, BetterPress. Let's zoom in. Okay. So you already saw the colors I was going to use, so I'm just kind of going to keep this off the screen. And then fit these in so we can see what I'm doing. And then let's just start painting. And then we'll just see what happens. You know? And we'll do 2 at once. Because I am a crazy person. But also, I'm pretty comfortable with watercoloring at this point in my career. So starting with the lighter pink. Just add some of that in. I would say they take color slightly differently. I don't think the difference is going to be so huge that it's game changing in any way.
Everybody loves your nail polish today.
Isn't that pretty? That is Mooncat Mermaid Bait, I think. I checked before I went live. I grabbed a bottle and looked at it, and now I don't remember. I've used it. I've worn it in previous videos and stuff, and it'll in my like upcoming edited videos. I'll have the graphic. I didn't bother doing that again for today because the last time I, got smart and added the graphic in a live, it broke everything. So that was fun.
We shan't be doing that.
We shan't do that again. Amy's learning. Don't do new things. Don't learn new things. Just stay as a stick in the mud. Knowledge is power, but knowledge of software and tech, apparently, for me anyway, is destructive. Yeah. Just kind of wipe off a brush. Just see where this goes, because who knows?
Another question.
Who, what now? Oh, I had to think about that for a second. Literally, I was like staring at it. I was like, what? What do you mean? Oh, you mean versus like this little dude. A paintbrush gives you way more control. Way more control. This thing, these, no matter what. This is the Tim Holtz one that I love. Been using it for years. I use this more directly with distressed products because it It's just what my brain thinks. It's like, oh, if I'm using distress inks, I grab like because this is Tim Holtz, you know. Um, but yeah, when I'm using like actual watercoloring, I prefer a paintbrush because you have more control over the water. But I could totally do it with this too. In fact, here I'll show. I can do it with this. I can do it.
You can do it.
Yeah, you can do it. So let me get it like actually going. So yeah, you just don't have as much control over the water output when you're using a water brush, which sometimes is kind of fun, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. It it can make things kind of do their own thing because I am a control freak. I know that. So yeah, but I've got way more water on here, so that's why. So it's always up, like everything. It's just up to personal preference, what you want to do and what you're comfortable with. But little water brushes, no matter what, you have a lot less control. And in the end, does it really matter? No, because I'm not doing anything super special with the watercoloring. I'm just going to fill it in. Like, that's all we're going to do. Because, yeah. Yeah. This pink is like really, this lightest pink is actually quite vibrant when you take it directly from the palette. So, yeah. That's fun. I'll do this one. And we'll go in with the darkest shade. Just cause. And then back in with the water. And my watercolor skills aren't that great. Especially when I'm live and there's an audience and there's witnesses.
It's always worse when there's an audience.
It's harder. That and I haven't like done real watercoloring, like what I call real water, in a very long time. It's been me just like mucking around with like inks and sprays and like everything, whatever random stuff pops in my head to mess around with. Which is fine. You don't need to be super good at it. So, yeah. Um, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Everything's good. Sound is good. Life is good. We're good. We're good. Everything is good. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? Let me move this for a sec. I'm going to make wells or like pools on my palette. So let's just take some of this. This will make my life easier because the longer this sits, the minute I touch it, it's like straight pigment. It's insane. And thankfully this I'd cleaned off the last time I'd used it, surprisingly. So we'll just add some color to that. And then I'll do, because this will make my life easier. So we'll add a bit of water, add some of that color. Do that again with this shade. They're pretty. It's pretty. I like it. And then I'll do the same thing with the greens that I plan on using. Okay, there's that one. And that one. Ooh, that's bright. I like it. I like it. And then that yellowy shade that I want to use for the flower centers, which I don't need very much of. That's lots. Okay. Back to what I'm doing here. So, now we can just go in. And let's just do all the petals. Because I'm already getting impatient. This is where I admire the skills and patience of the ones that can do like no line watercolor. Because you that more than anything with that, you need to have patience. I don't have patience. It kind of drives me insane. Okay. Add clean water. And this will just help all the color move a little more, because wet on wet blends. And we can add that. Once more. That. I'm also not super concerned because of course we're going to add splatter later, so if I'm not super happy with my watercoloring, well, splatter will make it look better. I will say I've noticed with both of these watercolor papers that even though I've wet everything, it doesn't move. I assume that really has to do a lot with the fact that both of them are like 100% cotton. And I also assume that there's little to no sizing in either of these. I'm assuming that, though I'm not 100% certain and could be totally proven wrong on that. Okay, so got that. Now we go in with our medium shade. This is moving a little more. I think more maybe because I just got it more wet. So maybe I was wrong. Who knows? Add some of that in there. And some of that. Yep. Just like so. And then I just wipe my brush. Take a little bit more of that lighter pink. And kind of just scrub my brush over it. I'm not doing anything fancy. But by scrubbing my brush over it, it just kind of removes the harsher lines. And then I can go in with the darkest shade and just kind of drop that in here and there. Just like so. Ooh, and I nearly dropped my brush. That would have been fun. Okay. Oh yeah, so amazing. Again, kind of scrub over it with a clean brush. Works for me. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That's fine. And then we'll do the greenery, which we'll start with the lightest, and then I'll go in with the darker one. Basically the exact same thing, really. And that is kind of the nice thing. Again, you guys can't see it, but because this is like pressed into the cardstock in a weird way, it acts sort of similar to how what I've talked about when I heat emboss images and how it gives it like, you know, I like my little bumper pads of the heat embossing. Better pressing works sort of similar in the opposite way because it's pressed in, you know, but because it's pressed in and then that archival ink, it just kind of helps keep things a little more contained. It's weird. It's weird. But I've noticed it and I like it. So we'll go in with the darker shade of green and just kind of throw it around here and there because we can. And there. Okay. And then throw that. Yeah, this works. Do that. And then get these guys painted. And with the leaves, I'm basically just going wet on dry because, I don't know, because I can. Fill that in, fill that in, and then go in with the darker shades. And drop that in here and there. Just see. If you want to know more about watercolor and how to do things like really learn things, Dawn Woolslagel, aka Dawn plus 9, highly recommend checking out her videos because she can watercolor like nobody's business. And I learn a lot from her. And she can do no line coloring like, oh, like unbelievably creative and talented. It's, yeah, if you want to actually learn to watercolor, check out her videos because, yeah, and she explains it really well too. She's better with words than I am. So, highly, highly recommend Dawn plus 9. Yeah, that works. Okay. And then, oh yeah, you gotta ink them up. They're fun. They do foil just unbelievably amazing. The BetterPress plates, there is something, I don't know what it is with the BetterPress plates, but they foil. Like they hot foil, just they pick up all the detail. It blew my mind testing it out the first time, and I was like, that's the coolest thing ever. Um, my prediction is that more and more brands are going to start doing just BetterPress plates because you can use them for both. And to me, that makes sense. It's like, why even bother doing hot foil plates now? You should just do them as BetterPress plates because then people can have the choice of doing it with the BetterPress or still using them in the hot foiling, machines. And yeah, the detail is phenomenal. Phenomenal. So we'll see now that, there have been more releases and it's been, what, about a year? Something. Not quite a year, I think, since the BetterPress first came out. But yeah, I'm I'm all for it. So, okay, let's get this one painted. So this one I did wet first, like clean water, and then adding the color. It's just personal preference when it comes to any of this. And this is definitely not a watercolor class because this is not my forte. I like watercolor. I have fun with it, but I am no expert whatsoever, as is proven, and I'm just like slapping on the color. So yeah, just is what it is, and I'm okay with it. And then on this one, and then I've already switched, and I'm just doing like wet on dry, whatever. We'll just get that filled in, making sure the cameras are still working. Everything seems to be good. Add some more color, and then we'll go in with darker green. Kind of let it do its thing. Add some more. I'm not kidding when I say just slap the color on. That's all I do. That's all I do. Like, it works. Do. Pull some of that out. Go like that. Go like that. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Yeah, it works. Okay. So, Simon Hurley's better. Yeah, because they're made by Spellbinders. And yes, and some BetterPress plates do have coordinating. Many of Spellbinders BetterPress plate sets have coordinating wafer dies. And I'm sure more and more just will as time goes on. And I'm here for it. Several of the ones I've got have wafer dies with them. So yeah, that is, this one still needs to dry. This one's almost dry already. But yeah, they work great. They pressed great. They work great. I'm totally fine with this. We're gonna zoom out a little bit. Okay. So yeah, this one's the Spellbinders cotton BetterPress paper. This is the Altenew Artistry by Altenew cold press watercolor paper. Yeah. Yeah. They watercolored fine. Again, I can't be like, get down into the nitty gritty of comparison and that kind of stuff. They both worked great. I'm happy with it. That's all that matters. So yeah. Most excellent, as Bill and Ted would say. Yes, most excellent. Okay. I just want this to dry before I start adding any splatter. Yeah. Yeah. And now I'm scared to plug. Oh, I could plug it into my other plugin if I can. Maybe. Maybe. I don't want to plug it into my main plugin because that usually screws up the camera. If we just do this over here, get plug in. All right. We're good. We're good. Okay. Let's just dry this because I'm impatient. We're live. We don't have time for this. Okay. Oh, and yes, if these end up as finished cards, which is the plan, there's a doohickey in the description box under the video for those that are watching this live. If you're catching on replay, sorry, but those watching live, there's a form you guys can put your name and address in, and then one of the unpaid interns' tasks is to choose a winner or two, and I'll mail the cards to them. So, love it. Yeah, these seem dry. Dry enough. They don't need to be like bone dry or anything like that. That seems to work. Stick that guy over there for now. Okay, these are dry enough. I'm gonna use some of that pink to splatter on them, along with this same little brush. So I'm just gonna, and yeah, that's for Linda. Let's just gotta add some, you know? Just because we can. And then, okay. So we got that little bit. And then, of course, I'm going to add black splatter because that's just what we do. That. Black Set Distress Paint. Shake it up really well. That's lots. And then with this one, we'll use my little fan brush. Just a bit. Not a ton. It helps if you hold your tongue like this. you get better results. You know? Yeah, okay. That's good. That's lots. Wipe off the brush. Um, okay. I want to get most of that paint off. When you're working with distress paint, it does dry permanently. You do not want to leave that in your brush. I want to clean it off my palette because especially the black soot, it is a beast to deal with if you're not careful. Got splatter all over my work surface, which I don't really care. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. I'm finding it interesting how and I don't care, but I find it interesting how with this is the Spellbinders paper, the distress paint is wicking into the cards, into the paper. That's interesting. It doesn't help though that black soot distress paint is very liquidy because they don't add fillers. But yeah, that's interesting. Cool. Cool. It'll be a funny little splatter on there. I don't really care. I don't care. Okay, I need to leave that somewhere so that I don't get my elbow in it because that needs to dry. Or yeah. There, I can stick it down there. There's a spot. There. Okay, so we got that. Die cutting. I'm trying to remember what my plan was because I can't remember. Okay. I purchased this too when I purchased that. This is the Timeless Sentiments die set. So I was like, oh, this looks like something I will probably use a lot. Which sentiment? Do you want to just use the friend sentiment? Yeah, you guys are my friends. All my pretend friends. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. We'll use that one. Okay. So, we're gonna... Because I did not do the die cutting ahead of time. I should have. That would have made this not as lengthy, especially when I'm doing two. But, whatever. Okay, that can go away. We're not doing that anymore. These need to dry. Let's set them over here. So again, I don't get my elbow in them. And then... Actually, I need this back. What color do I want to use? This is going to be my card base. Like I said, I was in a pink mood, man. So, right there. That means I think I want to use this color. No, where do I want this color? They're beautiful. No, this one. This one. That's the one I want to use. Anyway, this is the Altenew Pink Brilliance glitter cardstock. I like Altenew's glitter cardstock. I purchased these. I have all their little glitter cardstock packs. These and Simon Says Stamps glitter cardstocks are my favorite. And and Tonic. Tonic has them in like 8.5 by 11 sheets. Lovely. Lovely. Anyway, can't go wrong with them. They die cut amazing. All three of those brands are perfection. So we're gonna die cut the words with the glitter cardstock. So this is tourmaline. Is that how you pronounce it? Something, whatever. So we're gonna use that. And then, isn't it? It's so pretty. Like, and that color I've never come across. This is the Rhodolite. I don't use this one like hardly ever because it just depends on what I'm doing. But I don't know, like all these, like really all these. Like, look at them. Look at them. They're beautiful. Look at it. Can you see it? Yeah. When Altenew released these, I ordered all the colors, and then they've come out with a few new packs. I ordered those too because I was like, hello. Can you have too much glitter paper? No. Even though I have nowhere to store it anymore, it's getting insane. Okay, so I want to do that, and then the outline I thought black cardstock. Black cardstock. Oh, I have a scrap. That's perfect. That's so perfect. I love this for me. I love this for me. I have hair everywhere. Okay. Okay. And then we'll cut the outlines, and then I'm also going to have to cut probably a couple more layers because dimension is life, as the great and wonderful Laura Basson has taught us and sung to us. I won't sing it because you guys do not need to be tortured in that way. I'm going to do that and that and that, and then run it through my die cut machine. Okay. Yes, true, Ruth. It is nice having this size, and then Simon's are 6x6 sheets, and you get however many in pack. I forget. Because yes, the tonic ones you get a full sheet, and it's however many sheets in a pack. So it is nicer to get the variety with the smaller sizes. They're all wonderful. Just depends on kind of what a person is doing. But yeah, I was quite excited for the Altenew ones because I was like, oh, variety. They're beautiful. Okay, I've got to pop out that little tittle for the eye, so I don't lose it, because otherwise I would. And then get this out of the wafer die. There we go. Get out of there. Yeah, that's perfection. Oh, it's so glittery. I love it. Yeah, I definitely want to stack it up. I want to stack that up. So we'll do another one. Move that. I always move my dies around, flip my plates around, etc., etc. Just like so. And then we'll just keep die cutting. Oh, make sure. Get where you belong. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay. Seems like everything's still working. Hopefully. Yeah. Okay. Oof. There's that outline. And then don't need any more outlines, so that can come off of here. I'll go back with this package. There we go. And then again, pop this dude out. Glitter paper likes being a bum. There we go. Don't need those. We gotta save the tittles.
Yeah.
Yep.
Try to ambush with me.
I did try to ambush you with it. Where's my scraps? Get over here. I know you're in here. There they are. Let's see. Do I have scraps that will work? Yes. No. Yeah. Nope. Nope. That one will work. This one will work. All the other ones are too small. This is why I keep all the scraps, because they come in handy. Now what did you get?
Cheese.
Is that fancy stuff we picked up at Costco? That Scottish?
It's quite dry, but I like it. It's got a very nut kind of flavor.
A nutty flavor?
Yeah,
interesting.
Here.
My lives always turned to food. It was like a Scottish cheddar, wasn't it?
Yes.
It does have a very nutty flavor. Random.
Yeah. I like it.
It is. I like it, but strong. I think in small. Like I'm only gonna have a little tiny bit more. That is. Oh, Very strong. Be really nice on a charcuterie board, though.
It would be.
Not like we ever do those. We've done that like twice. We pretend. We're very cultured here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of them make it for the kids.
Yeah. 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 Scottish white cheddar. And we got it at Costco. It's good. It's just, it is strong.
It's a very flavorful cheese. It ain't your grandma's cheese.
Hmm?
It ain't your grandma's cheese.
It ain't your grandma's cheese. Yeah. Yeah. The randomness. Okay. So yeah, now I'm just die cutting from scraps of white cardstock because I'm going to stack these behind the glitter layers so that it's got dimension. It just looks better. So do that. So this is the tedious, definitely the tedious part on lives, because if I was more prepared, I would have done this ahead of time. But am I more prepared? Like ever? Almost no. So yeah. Yeah, charcuterie has become quite the thing. My thing is, like, Chris and I have done it. Last time we did it, I think, was in the summer.
Yep.
Yeah, because we would do up a tray and then we'd take it out. We have a fire pit in our backyard, and we'd sit at the fire pit and have our like charcuterie, and that was great, actually.
Charcuterie and a beer.
Yes. Or no, it was ciders. I think we were drinking.
Yeah, it was
Regardless,
ciders, I
it
think.
was still good. But they're a lot of work. And I didn't like bother to take pictures for the gram or anything to show off because I didn't make them fancy. I see other people post theirs, and you know they do like rosettes of the pepperoni and all these fancy frou-frou things, and I'm like, we just sliced up a bunch of stuff, threw it on a board, and then ate it. I don't know. Like, I just can't be bothered to make it look nice. I like when other people do, though. Okay. Yes, this glitter paper is gorgeous. Loves it. You want to add a link to it in the... It's on the thinger. My brain is like completely fried at the moment. It's in the supply list. So you can... Hey, you. I'm talking to you. The glitter paper.
Glitter paper?
It's on the list.
New one?
Yep. It's beautiful. I loves it. Oh. Okay. That is one of the perks when you're using an electronic die cutting machine, is it gives you a chance to like have a drink. Because you don't have to like manually crank the die cuts through. Okay. So all that. Let's get this guy popped out. And then one more. We're almost there. We've almost made it. Just gotta get this dude. There we go. Out of his. Oh yeah. Considering the one like fancier, we had that charcuterie when we were in Edmonton. It was decent. There was parts of it that were decent. But for what I paid, I was not impressed.
No.
But yeah. Yeah.
One of your chat members mentioned pepperoni roses, and we should have definitely had pepperoni roses.
I ain't got time for pepperoni roses. Although I learned a quick way to make them. Because I was watching why I watch this kind of content, like somebody making a charcuterie board, you know, a big one. And then, yeah, they were showing how you just do it on a, usually about the size of a champagne glass, and you fold the pieces over.
Oh,
and you just build, it's actually pretty quick and easy. But again, I would just take them and stick them on the plate. Like, I would only bother if we actually entertained and actually had people coming over, then maybe I would make something fancy to, you know, show off and be all like, oh, this whole thing took, you know, oh. But yeah, in real life, we don't have people over. It's just me and Chris. Yeah, we just
That's not true. I've had friends over a couple of times.
Well, yeah, you've had your friends over, but would they even notice if I did something like that?
The
No.
charcuterie board?
Well, they wouldn't. Yeah, sure, they would notice that, but would they notice like if I did artistic effects with it?
Are you kidding me? These people have never seen anything artistic in their lives.
Well, maybe. Who knows? Maybe next time you
They
have
would
them
never
all over.
notice.
Yeah, they'd never notice.
It would just be a piece of unknown technology to them.
Yeah. Oop, I ripped that one. Good job, Amy. Doesn't matter. This is getting adhered behind everything else, so it doesn't really matter, but I ripped it where? Oops. Whatevs. Okay, you guys are the ones who are gonna know anyway. Okay, we gotta glue these together now. That's what I'm doing. I'm like, keep getting distracted by food. Welcome to my lives. This is what we do. Okay. Got my glue, which I assumed would be yeah, it's clogged. Of course it is. Of course it is. So, I already did a review on this on my channel last week. So, if anyone does have like any random questions and you haven't watched that review, it's addressed, I'm sure, in the review I did. There was a little goopy bits in there. Let's do that again just in case. But yeah. Okay. If they do the rose, and this is surrounded, but I know this. If the rose is done right with the pepper, like whatever meat slices they're using, it is if and especially if you do it with like the glass method and you fold the pieces over, um, it actually you're supposed to be able to just easily grab a piece without it like falling apart or ruining it. It's supposed to work like that. That you just grab from the center. Doop. Now, whoever puts it together, if they don't do it right, and then the whole whatever, that's on them, you know? Because that is, especially like nowadays, like public charcuterie and people touching things. Ew. Ew. But yeah, if it's done right, it shouldn't fall apart and it should just be easy to grab without ending up with like a fistful of pepperoni. So, gonna use some craft tacky glue and we'll just glue these pieces together to get them stacked up and looking all fabulous and such. Okay. There we go. Just like so. Okay. There we go. And then, yeah. So do another layer or another bit of adhesive to stick the glitter die cut. And there we go. Get that lined up. Just like so. So glittery. Love it. And press. Get. And press together. There we go. There we go. Get your home. Okay. You grab from the center. You're welcome. Follow me for more charcuterie expertise. I am a professional now. I have helped one person. And I've literally never made an actual charcuterie board. Like, we don't even have a fancy board to put ours on. We just threw it on a dinner plate.
Yep.
You know?
And not even a fancy dinner plate.
Not even, yeah, we don't even have fancy dinner plates. We have Corningware, man. We got kids. Although my children have managed to break those things. Those things are supposed to be unbreakable, but we have proven that wrong. Okay. Let's line this up on its little outline. Oh, I like it. I like it. So it's like stacked up. There we go. That's better. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We'll get back to the tittles in a second.
Hey, you.
What? That is a scientific. That is science. That's what they're called, man. Uh, and then this one, we'll have to glue the little pieces. Again, it's not gonna matter because this is all going behind the glitter die cut. So then we'll just stick that little guy into place. There we go. Which one, Chris?
Mini eggs during like when they're
This time of
available.
year, oh, we've gone through so many mini eggs.
Yeah.
It's so bad. I swear they lace those things with illegal substances. I won't say it in my live. I don't want to get like suppressed or anything, but man, are they addictive.
They are.
Love it. Love them. And then when they're not available, yeah, I buy Chris the peanut M&Ms at Costco in bulk.
Yep. But when that during like the February to like or late January to sort of March time frame when mini eggs
Yep.
are
When mini eggs are
in,
everywhere.
are in season.
Yeah, mini eggs are in season. uh, which is probably a good thing. Part of me is annoyed that they're not, just around those great big old bags all year, and another part of me is really glad because I don't know. I would say normally I would be like, oh, we would just get sick of them, but I have yet to ever actually get sick of mini eggs.
I'm coming close.
Yeah, well, that's because you're crazy.
I know.
And you don't have near as bad of a sweet tooth as I do.
No.
Like, I have a wicked bad sweet tooth. And chocolate, especially, is my kryptonite. Always. Always. Anyway. And that. There we go. Okay. um. Corelware shatters quite nicely when it lands on a tile floor. Yeah, thankfully we don't have tile. I'm sure we wouldn't have any left. Plates and stuff if that was the case. But considering we have laminate flooring, and yeah, my kids have managed to smash a couple of the dishes so far.
Yep.
So I'm honestly surprised I haven't managed to, because yeah, where do they get their clumsiness from? Hello. So yeah. Yeah, that's where Chris and I learned. We stopped buying ourselves fancy crystal wine glasses.
Yes.
Because we were like, we're going to be fancy and have our wine in fancy glasses. No, crystal wine glasses that we got on sale, thankfully. We broke almost every single one of them.
We have like two.
I think we have two. It's so bad. It's so bad. So it's like, okay, we cannot have like fine glassware, any of this kind of stuff. It just, we break everything. So yeah. Yeah. Okay. Got that. Now I need to flip over. Yeah, there's my little glitter ones. Okay, it's a tray of tittles.
Hey.
Do you like marshmallow peeps? Oh, they taste like dust. Like, they're so cute. And every time I see them in the stores when it's this time of year, and I'm always tempted to buy them because they look so cute. But and then I just stop for a second, and I remind myself because then I can't. Nope. Nope. Like, oh man. Considering, yeah, again, how ridiculous my sweet tooth is, I can't eat those things. They just gross. Gross, gross, gross.
I can't eat them after like some of those people sort of like had those like competitions to see how many they could eat at a time kind of thing.
Oh, ew.
Yeah.
I don't like any competitions like that. Eating competitions are weird to me. Like, there, we got that one stacked. Oh, thank you, Connie. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Um, Peeps are yummy dipped in chocolate. Oh. Oh.
I would assume it tastes
Maybe
like chocolate marshmallow.
if they actually, I just, in my head, the last time I had one, it wasn't even like a marshmallow consistency. It was so, it was, yeah, the best way I can, it was like sticky dust. You know, like marshmallow I like, and chocolate covered marshmallow, oh yes. You know, I'm a fan. But yeah, Peeps are just weird. I don't know. I don't know. There we go. So yeah, we just stack these into place with my little embellishment wand. A little dab of glue. Get back where you belong. Ah. Just juke that where it needs to go. There we go. There we go. I did it. Yay me. Okay. Um. Okay. So we got those. These are now dry. I do plan on trimming them down a bit. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. The plan in my head is working. This is good. This is good. Let me put this back. Like I've said in other lives, I'm trying to get better about kind of cleaning up after myself during the live so I don't have an absolute disaster to deal with when the live is over, because that's always so much fun. All right. Put that back in his little package. Stick him back in his little, just get in there. Get in there. Okay. And then, trying to remember what I was going to do next. The inside. That's what we're going to do. Okay. And I didn't do this ahead of time either because I'm so well prepared. Let's cut a piece of, yeah, thinner cardstock. This is just Nina. Nina 80-pound cardstock. So just thin white cardstock. Yep. So we're going to use that. And then I need to move some things around again. I'm running out of space. Stick that over there. Stick this over here. Move my water. I don't need this anymore, so I can stick that over there. Over there. Okay. Okay. We're gonna do this. Let that glue dry. We're gonna use this with dye ink. Specifically, I thought I would test out, and this is actually brand new. I've heard the Altenew fresh dye inks work really nicely with press plates. I just recently got my hands on some. I've been curious about these inks for a while now, and this one's obviously brand new. I haven't swiped anything, swatched anything. I haven't even opened them yet. So yeah, their fresh inks come like a circle, which really threw me off at first when I saw them online. I was like, okay. But the other day, one of my orders showed up and I got their Cloud White pigment ink. So I got a chance to I was messing around with it and I was like, I actually like the shape. It's different. It's different. I do need to get, and I did order the labels for the sides because, yeah, unless you have you can't see, you know what I mean? So I did get the labels for the side. They won't be here till sometime this week, hopefully. But I just thought this color should work for the inside of the cards. We're just gonna see what happens, man. So I think I'm gonna move this more to the edge, so that it's not right in the center. This is my plan. So if I kind of do, I think that'll look nice. Because then it'll be on the edge of the inside of my card panel. And then This is still sticky, so I'm just going to use the adhesive that's still on here. Stick this into place. And when you're using thinner cardstock, doesn't matter whether it's inside card, whatever. When you're using thinner cardstock with the BetterPress, you're obviously never going to get that really good, crisp, deep impression because it's thin. That's, you know, it still gives an impression. And because I've used these plates on the insides of cards, so on similar cardstock, and there's still an impression there. It's neat. Anyway, let's see how this mauve color works. And I see these are foam, or felt, not foam. So these are like your standard felt ink pads. So they're firm. So that's, you know, makes it nice too to ink these up. Just a little tappy tap.
Tappa, tappa.
Yep, tappy tappa. And Happy Gilmore. Okay. So that's there. This is in its little place. You just stick that on there. And then run this through my machine. Okay. Oh, yeah. It was perfect. Yep. Yep. It was perfect. And again, you guys can't see it, but it is. It's pressed in there. Actually, you can maybe can you see it from the back? Let me see. Wiggle it off of there. Yeah, you can kind of see how it's like pressed right through the cardstock. But yeah, and that would be a clean and simple card front, really. Add a sentiment, like a little sentiment strip, maybe a little splatter, just cause. But that could be a clean and simple card front, you know, especially if that's what you're into. This would look really pretty like that. Like, love it, love it. That's going on the inside though. So I still got some stick on there, so we can just do this again for the second one. So we'll stick that into place, get them pressed in there, and then we'll ink it up. Ink it up again. So same idea as if you're using like the BetterPress ink. You kind of, you know, tap little twisties just to get coverage. Tappy tappy. Doo, doo, doo. Looks like I got it all covered. There we go. Yeah. Okay. And then same thing. Stick them on there and then run them through the machine. Okay. The wants and needs never end. Truth. Truth. Okay. Let me. I love it. It's just beautiful. And again, if I can do this live with like, yeah, you know, like if I can do it, anybody can do it. I got some ink on here, but that's just dye ink, so that just comes off. The little goobery bits of the adhesive, I'm just going to leave that. I'm not going to bother cleaning it because next time I go to use this, there's some adhesive on it. Woo! This guy, though, I'm just going to clean with a bit of water because I don't, it's dye ink. It doesn't need the Archival cleaner, so I don't have to put up with that smell. So yeah, just wipe it off with a bit of water. I can still smell the Archival cleaner. Ugh, gross. Okay, and then we'll just give that guy a little wipe down. He's good to go. So that's done. That's done. This we're done with. So we got these so far. And then the other thing that I had ordered when I ordered everything, good Lord, I got this little classic greetings stamp set. There's a coordinating die set. There is technically, and that's why I wrote a little note to myself. There is a press plate set of these main sentiments that are the same size that can coordinate. And the only reason I didn't get them is they're sold out right now, and they must have been sold out when I ordered this, because I probably would have ordered the press plates because I love them. They're fun to play with, but there's options. But I wanted to use, because I got a friend, and then I thought of using, what sentiment do I want to use on the inside? Have a beautiful day. Or sending hugs. I think sending hugs would be nice. Let's use that one. And I'm not going to use the coordinating wafer die because I'm going to stamp this directly on here, but there are coordinating wafer dies, which I love, which I ordered because the amount of times I use them. So, yeah, I'm going to use sending hugs, because then I can stamp that onto these. So let's get that out of the way. And I'm not using that, but I am using that. And then I need my Misty. Yes, Shauna. Yes. I used oxides. I know I have. Oxides for sure will work with the BetterPress. Because one, they've got the felt ink pad. I've used oxides with it. I might even have used like positively saturated inks. Those types of inks, like the positively saturated and Concord 9th, you just need to be more careful because those ink pads have the. Let me show. Other inks like these ones, because these ones are foam and not felt, you just have to be a little more gentle. You know, you don't go like tap tap, like you just very gentle, because these ones are softer, so you'll just get ink mushed everywhere. So if you use a light hand and are more careful, you can kind of use whatever inks you want. People have been experimenting using like metallic inks. I've messed around with metallic inks. White pigment ink works. These inks work great. I'm legit happy with how that looks. So yeah, Altenews work. Oxides will work. I'm sure even distress inks would probably work too. Why not? Why not? You know, the more I play with it, I'm like, this is fun. This is fun. So yeah, you know. Okay, let's stamp. So I got my Misty. We'll just line that up. And then, you know, I like it kind of right in there. Kind of nestle it right in amongst the little floral and leaves. Yeah, I like that. So we're going to use that. And then, actually, ooh, yeah. Let's, because again, like I said, I'm going to experiment. I've heard good things about this. This I just got. This and their Cloud White Pigment ink I ordered recently because everyone has been talking about the Altenew Obsidian, which I didn't link to. Can you put a link?
Altenew Obsidian?
Yeah. Okay. I'm not frozen, am I? On yours?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought for a second when you switched over that I was like frozen on there, and I was like, oh dear, no, please. Okay. Anyway, I've heard that this is amazing. Oh, it's a felt ink pad.
Altenew Obsidian.
Don't sniff your ink pads. I'm just curious. I wonder. I wonder if this is similar to. I don't know why. I was expecting it to be a foam ink pad, like metallic pigment inks, if you guys know what I mean. But this is going to be, I think, similar to what I already learned. Okay. We'll see. Okay, give me a sec. Let me move. Okay. Brand new stamps. If you're not aware, I've talked about this. High quality photopolymer stamps, when they're brand new, during the manufacturing process, there's usually a coating that's kind of on them from when they like wash out the stamps and stuff. And brand new, because I haven't used this set yet, they're shiny, like the stamps themselves. And the easiest way is just rubbing my fingers on them. to kind of condition them. Stamp them a bunch of times, clean them off a bunch of times. That works too, but I just pet it. Anyway, okay. Okay. I'm curious. Let's. Whew. It's juicy. It's it's very juicy. Uh-huh. Yep. Oh, that's fun. It's gonna be super subtle. I'm not surprised, but there's can I show this? You can see where it's been the press plate, you know how it's pressed it into the cardstock? So stamping something solid over it. Oh, there you could do some cool techniques with that. Use a press plate and then like use solid images and it's giving me ideas. But anyway, that is a very crisp black ink. It is very. That's nice. That's nice. Okay. All my random experiments today. Whee. Okay. One more time. Okay. We'll just do that. Yeah, it's neat how there we go. How it does that. I don't know why. I think that's cool. Such a silly little thing when I'm like, it's cool. Okay. It is a nice ink. My first impression. I've stamped it now 2 times. It's a nice ink. Okay. Let me go like so. And then so that was the outside card front, the inside. Both of these will need to be trimmed down. I'll give this a little bit of time to dry because it's an oil-based ink. Oil-based inks do take a while. This is going to sound super whiny, but another set of ink pads. You don't have to get them. Like, this was just for, this and because I'm curious. If people have what they've got and they're happy with it, you do not need to get, every brand of every ink or just get the colors you like. That's one of the things too now that's really nice is like all these, like the amount of colors available between just the different brands. Get the colors you like. They're great. Okay, this is now dry. Dry? Not fully. Ooh, not 100%. Let's get this guy back. Let's just make sure that the splatter's dry before I make a huge mess. But yeah, this would totally work as a like clean and simple card front. It's kind of funny how I always say I don't do clean and simple because it's not my forte, but I always do clean and simple on the insides of my cards. Oh, it popped through. Give me a sec. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Gail. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's an interesting little side note between the two. The Altenew. This was Altenew. Yeah, the Altenew watercolor paper, cold press, because I think Altenew has a few different varieties. And then the Spellbinders BetterPress is this sits like the distress paint. Yeah, sits more on top of this, and with the Spellbinders, it really soaked in. I think the Spellbinders has like no sizing whatsoever in theirs, and Altenew's I wouldn't be surprised if it has a little bit. I assume. Interesting. Again, not really that big of a. It's kind of a nothing burger because it's splatter. Who cares? But interesting. Okay, I'm gonna just trim these down because I don't want them to be A2 size because I showed the cardstock already. That's gonna be the card base. So I want this smaller than the card base, and I think I'm gonna take off like a 1/4 inch off each side. I think that'll look. Nice. So it'll end up being 3 3/4 by 5 inches is the plan. That is the plan. That's what we're gonna go with. There we go. So yeah. So we do that and get that. Yeah, I like it. It's working. Everything's working. I'll get this one. And keep lining it up. Just like, oh, it's because I got that adhesive on the back of this still. That's why it's being finicky. There we go. There we go. And that one. There we go. Okay, so I got that. And then while I have this out, let's trim down this panel as well. This one I'm only going to take, a 1/4 inch off 2 sides. So it's going to be 4 by 5 1/4 because I just like how that looks. Thank you, you guys. Thank you, Moira and Ruth. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Do that? Okay. Okay, we're good. Thank you. Yeah, 1/4 inch. This is what I'm doing. I'm trying to, you guys know, I get too distracted. And then I'm like, what are we doing? 5 1/4. Okay. Okay. Then I have to get out the big trimmer because I want to do top folding card. And I always get asked why. Habit. This is Concord 9th Dragon Fruit cardstock. One of my favorites. This is pink. Like pink. I love it. Okay, so this one we're going to cut. I love it so much I drooled on it. Great job, Amy. Ay. Anyway. Okay. Get that. Oh, that's satisfying. Yep. Good enough anyway. So that'll be our card base, which we need to make into a card base. Okay. And then we'll score that. Let me get this out of the way too. I got like so much stuff going on here. Okay. So we'll score this at 5 1/2. Oh, this color is like delicious. Delicious, I say. Yes. Yeah. You can pay Chris in mini eggs. Oh, I do.
Gotta pay me in something.
Yep, I'll pay him in something. I'm always buying him snacks. There we go. All right. So there's my card bases. So standard A2 cards, 4 1/4, 5 1/2. And then, yes, very Kathy Zilski with, you know, the margins. That. Oh, yeah. Yep. And then, of course, because I've been just, where is it? Probably going to use all that up. Where's my little baby roll? Some black baker's twine. Because if we do that, and we could put the bow, like, right there. Yes. Okay. So, baker's twine. Which, anyone who's been watching my videos the last, I don't know how long it's been, a month, I forget. I have been right back on the baker's twine kick. Like, I loves it. So we're going to wrap some of that around here. This is why I did the black splatter, because there's method to the madness. Just tie in all the things. Okay. hello to France. That's amazing. It will never not get old to me that people from all around the world watch my videos. That's just, it's weird. It's weird. Okay. So, start my knot, reverse tweezers. They hold that. It's like a little extra pair of hands. And then, see, look, Ma, no hands. And then I can fiddle to get my little bow. So basically, let me zoom in a bit. There we go. So, rabbit ear. This one I take around and through. So you got that? And then I don't pull it tight. I just do that. And then I'm, this is when I start fiddling. And that's why reverse tweezers are such a must have. Because they can hold this enough, so I'm not having to try and do this with my fingers. And then I'm kind of happy with that. So now I start pulling it tight, remove the tweezers, zhuzh him a little bit, give him some encouragement. Mm-hmm. Yep, Tommy's beautiful. He's a beautiful little bow. He actually is perfect. That's crazy. To do that live sometimes is like nerve-wracking, because especially baker's twine, because it's twisted. A lot of times it likes to just, nah. So look at it. But also don't forget, I've tied like 5 million bows in my lifetime with twine and ribbon and all the things. So we got a little bow. Let's do it again. Let's see if the next one can turn out. Do I have enough on here? We'll see. Might not of this one. I might have to save this for a different project. Don't think this is long enough. Oh, he is not. We'll save him for a different little card. Is this one long enough? I have backups of black and white baker's twine, so I'm not worried. Okay. Let's do that again. So I like to wrap them around a couple times because it just looks cuter. Oh yeah, I had enough. Yay. Okay. Here we go. And then we do the exact same thing. So you start your knot where you want it, pinch it closed with the reverse tweezers, and then we do our little rabbit ear around and through, and then we got the bow, and then we zhuzh the bow, and then pull them tight, remove the tweezers, pull it tight again. See, and this one wants to be annoying and be whatever, but that's okay. Usually once it goes through the mail, it'll be like that anyway. It'll get like pressed into place. So we'll cut those off. And I did it. So how do I want to... Yeah, that's going to work. Okay. Okay. We can start assembling these cards. Stick these onto the inside. Just like so. You can feel it. I like, oh, there's something about the letterpress. Like, you can feel it. It's such a neat thing. Let me zoom out. I forgot. So you guys aren't like right into there.
You can smell the card.
You can smell the card. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And that one. Nope. Okay. And then there we go. So there's the inside. And of course, we're going to put a little bit of Big Mama foam tape on the back of this guy. I could have used like the Altenew foam tape, but it is thicker than this, so I would rather use this foam tape because it's thinner. This will just give it a little bit of lift, but not create a bunch of bulk. This will also help this panel to lay flatter on the card. It's not warped too bad, but it's warped a little bit from the watercoloring, but nothing crazy because it wasn't like I did like a whole lot of water or anything like that. So I'll just stick some of that on there. This also helps the card front to lay flat because of the like bulk of the baker's twine. So that's another reason why I like using it. Okay, so do that. Is the inside hard dry? Nope. Nope. I've written over Halloween cards that I used, the Halloween Spellbinders, Halloween, the web BetterPress plate. That's a full like card panel. And I used that on the inside of the cards during my Halloween series. So same idea. It was like thinner white cardstock, and I think I used like a whatever light gray ink. It might have been positively saturated ink. I don't remember at the moment. And I get pressed in, and I could tell when I was writing over it. You know, you could feel the little like divots and stuff, but I just write right over it. There's enough space that I generally will kind of avoid this. But if I had like a lot to say, I have to write right over it. I don't care. But yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So yeah, the insides are just gravy. I just like adding that like extra little bit. Yes, gravy. Gravy like poutine. Yep. Yeah, I did kind of nail it on the inside this time.
Very pretty.
It is very pretty. Sometimes it's just kind of whatever, and then there have literally been times where it's like the inside of the card's nicer than the outside. What the heck? It happens. I'm fine with it. Okay. So get these onto their respective card bases. Just like so. Okay. Sticky. So let's get careful. Centered, and then you commit. Yas. Okay, I'm gonna do it with this one. Peel off. Yeah. Come on. There we go. And that one. Get this one centered. Honestly, you could almost just not add a sentiment if you didn't want to, but of course we're going to add the sentiment because I spend all the time die cutting and adhering it, and it's glittery. Hello. Yeah. We're adding the sentiment. And we'll just get him sort of just tucked right in like that. Yeah. Yes. I like that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then repeat that with this guy. Tuck him right in there. Just like so. He's just being annoying, that little bow. Whatever. And we'll only add a little bit of bling because this was sitting here. Why did it ask me to sign in to enter the cards giveaway? I filled in the form before, and this is the first time asking me to sign. I assume maybe because you need to have a Google account. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure you do need to have a Google account.
I think you just need to have a Google account, which people need to have anyway to even have like a YouTube account. But like always, I don't keep anyone's info. It's a Google form, and when the giveaway is done and I mail them out, I delete that form. We don't keep people's info. I don't share it, anything at all, ever, because it's literally just for the live giveaway, and that's it. Nothing else. Bling. I want to add a little bit of bling. Okay. These are just some clear, sparkling clear sequins because I had them to the supply list. I was like, oh, this will be easy because again, they were just sitting right on my desk. So I was like, that's simple. I don't have to think, which is what I like. Get where you need to go. There we go. Let's do that one. Like right on there. Why not? Yes. And then we'll tuck and kind of cover that weird little blotchy splatter. We'll just stick that in there. Yeah, I'm fine with that. That works. So I'll add little bits of bling. Truth, I do need to paint my glue presses. Will I ever? Probably not, because I don't have time to keep up with my own life, let alone all the extra projects I keep assigning to myself. Where's my... There it is. Where's my embellishment one? Okay. Alright. There we go. So we'll just get these little guys adhered into place. And then, yeah, while I'm doing this, the unpaid intern can choose a couple of winners to for me to send these to. Thank you, Susan. Thank you. I appreciate it. These guys.
When you're ready, you know.
Yeah, you can do it. You can do it. Yeah, pick a couple winners. Yeah. There we go. I did it. That's why I got to set expectations at the bottom for myself. I was like, we might not even make a card. I'm just going to experiment today. It helps. It helps take the stress off. I don't sweat as much. Anyway. There they are.
So you want 2 winners, okay?
There we go. I wish I could show you guys the actual, like, letterpress. That is the only frustrating thing as a content creator. You can't see it in a video. Photos just don't do it justice. Cause yeah, it is fun. It is really fun. So yeah, this one is the Altenew watercolor paper. This one is the one on the right here is the Spellbinders BetterPress cotton paper. So they're both fabulous.
We have some winners when
You
you're
got
ready.
you got a couple winners. Wait, I gotta show the inside because the inside's like amazing. I did such a good job. That was really fun. That was fun. I need to use my BetterPress more often. I've been promising this to everyone for months. I was like, I'll use it more. I'll use it more. And yeah, I was like, that's it. I'm gonna stop promising and just actually do it. Okay, who have we got?
We have a
Wait, let me
Disney
switch.
Marino and an Anne Schooner.
Oh, I recognize Anne's name. She comments a lot. So Anne Schooner,
And Desiree Marino.
Desiree, probably.
Yeah.
Marino?
Marineau.
Yeah, Marino, I would assume. I always butcher everyone's names,
Yep.
is what it is. But congratulations. And I will hopefully mail these out this week. The winner from last week, that card's still sitting here. I'll get it done. Last week, though, when I went live last week, those that were part of the live know I was suffering from a pretty rotten chest cold and powered through it during the Superb Owl showdown, and we had fun. It was fun, and this was fun. I had fun with this. Do you prefer one or the other over the other? Honestly, no. They're both fine.
Yep. I can't even tell the difference, but
Well, you can't tell
I'm
the
a
difference.
blind man.
You are a blind man. No, they're great. I think really with ignoring the watercoloring, if you were just using a press plate and like the BetterPress ink, there's like almost no difference at all. It wouldn't matter. When you get into actual watercoloring, there is a difference, but you would have to be someone who really knows. Because, paper is important when it comes to watercoloring. Paper makes the biggest difference. Like, if you have struggled with your watercoloring and you keep finding like you don't like your results, try better quality paper. Because that is the biggest difference. The higher quality of the paper, it's amazing, the results. And I say that as someone who uses like some of the cheapest paper. Because I'm usually just mucking around. But if I want to get like really good results, I pull out the good stuff. Like Arches is a really good one. I know again, and I mentioned earlier, Dawn Woolslegel. She did a comparison on her YouTube channel she did a comparison between the Spellbinders and Arches. I can't remember if she did like a coloring, like a watercolor comparison, but she did do a comparison of the two in terms of like pricing, because obviously the Spellbinders BetterPress paper is a little pricier. It gives people a bit of sticker shock. However, when you're dealing with 100% cotton watercolor papers, the price is going up because you're at the quality. Thank you, Anne. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. So, but in terms of the actual pressing of the BetterPress, yeah. That the thing is though, with if people that get the little BetterPress system, the little stir system, I'm gonna link to it. You do get some pieces of the BetterPress paper to try out, which is awesome because it's different and it's nice. And then experiment. Like I've tried different cardstocks and my Canson XL watercolor paper and all the things, and I reach for whatever. Honestly, you will always get the best results with what it was designed for. So if you stick with the BetterPress ink, you stick with the BetterPress paper, that's where you're always pretty much guaranteed the best results. But it's crafting, and we can play. And I'm genuinely happy with how this turned out, and I'm gonna keep playing and experimenting with different inks and plates and papers, and because why not? Why not? There was something else I missed. Oh yeah, the little light, I got that at Michael's. Michael's online specifically, so I don't have a link for it. I had a coupon and I saw it popped up in my feed because I think they just knew because, you know, I love all things rainbow. And I saw that and I was like, oh, I need to own that. It is perfect. So I got that just the other day, immediately put batteries in it, showed, you know, carried it around the house. I was like, look at it. Look at it. Can you see it? So, yeah. So yeah, I was live yesterday. Totally unscheduled. I didn't make anything. I was just swatching the Olo markers that I got. So those will be making appearances in videos. Cause yeah, I sat for, gosh, that live was over 2 hours. It was just me chatting with everyone while I did the very tedious task of filling out the hex chart. So that's on my channel. It's under the live section when you go to my YouTube channel, because it has like videos. There's like tabs under the banner on my YouTube channel. Ooh, I just hit my microphone. Videos, live, community, etc. So if you go onto the live tab, it'll have like all the lives I've done. They're all there. So that's how we kind of keep them organized. And then, okay, I don't think there was any more questions or anything. I'm just kind of scrolling back to see if there were any. Because if not, then we will be good to go. So, yeah. Um, yeah, yeah. So anyway, thank you guys for hanging out with me as always. And I will do what I always do. I will take the photos. I'll take the photos and do the social medias and the coloring with stublets. Yeah, that's what they are now. The Olo markers are stublets because I'm refusing, as of right now, I am refusing to connect them because they're half markers. For those that aren't aware of how Olos work, they're half markers. So you can, I have the connectors, so you can put, but I'm my OCD. I don't like the thought of having two different shades on one marker. It bugs me because then I won't be able to see which is which. So right now I'm keeping them in their little box and I'll just color with them as stublets. People were asking, like in the comments, like how my hand felt afterwards, and it's fine. I don't have any because I do have hand issues, hence the like glue press and me being more aware of those things as I'm getting to, you know, I'm now middle-aged, getting into the advanced years. I've got aches and pains in places where, you know, especially my hands. That's always been an issue. So, yeah, my little stublet markers, but we'll see. Again, like everything, just stay tuned. I'll have all sorts. I got so many ideas up my sleeve and plans and, you know, products never ends. Like, thankfully brands send me things. I order so much, so very much. And yeah, I'm always trying out something different. So stay tuned because I got all kinds of little videos coming. And oh, I need to put my press plate back onto its packaging so that I don't lose it. Stick it on its packaging so I don't lose it. This was really pretty. I like this press plate. Again, florals, honestly. Can we go wrong with florals? No, I love florals. That will always be a thing for me. And then yeah, I will also edit my supply list, yada yada yada. And it only gets worse. Oh, I know. Um I ache in places where I used to play Leonard Cohen. Yeah, it's true. Even this morning I got up and like my knee was being just weird. And I was like, I couldn't put weight on my leg for a little bit. And I was like, this is fun. I love getting old. I love it so much. It's nuts. But yeah, so stay tuned because I got videos coming. There will be more random lives, you know, unscheduled, unfiltered, unprompted. Because yeah, so far sticking to my Sunday schedule, I'm pat myself on the back. That has been not easy because my life is chaos. But we've been doing this now since the summer, right? That's when I started officially doing lives. It was sometime in the summer, so it's been like over 6 months, you know, which doesn't seem like very long, but that's a lot of lives, when it's every week. So yeah, on Sundays we go live at 2 p.m. Central, and I'm planning on keeping that up. I even made a note because for those that aren't aware, I am in Saskatchewan, and we don't play the game of like time changes and all that crap. We don't do the spring forward and fall back and blah 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 whatever. Thankfully, however, because of my job, I have to pay attention when it happens. So I made a note because that happens in March, right? Right? Am I right? I hope I'm right. I made a note of it so that I remember, because that when everybody else's time changes, I have to remember that when I start my lives, I have to start an hour earlier. Right? It's in March. I'm looking now because you guys can correct me. March 10th, because it's the second Sunday March. Am I right? Somebody tell me, because again, I don't pay attention to this kind of stuff, but I always have to, because like deadlines and blog hops and things, they're always like this time PST, this time Eastern time, this time Central time, and I'm like Googling constantly, what time is that now? So I can figure it out. So anyway, um, yeah, we don't time change here in Arizona either. Oh, that's nice. I know it's technically nice, but it does change for me in that sense. I'm glad it doesn't actually change, because I can't even imagine how miserable I would be if I was like sleeping, and you lose an hour and that, oh no. Um, I'm right. I am correct. Okay. Yeah. So it's always going to be 2 p.m. Central is when I go live on Sundays. But for me, on the 10th of March, I have to start at 1 o'clock my time because of the dingers, I think. Yeah. Yeah. That's how it works for me. I hate it. I hate it. I'm so annoyed by it. I wish it would just stay the same. It's such an arbitrary, stupid thing. March 10th. Okay. For once, for once, we're good. I know things. Good for me. So, okay. I'm going to clean up my mess, take my photos, post all the things. I got other videos I'm working on. So there, of course, will be like all the things, the pre-edited type videos, as always. Because I have had comments here and there from people that are very upset and disappointed in me for doing lives and how they're going to unsubscribe now. And I'm like, that's not the only thing I do. I do lives technically once a week, and then bonus ones randomly like yesterday's. But my like scheduled pre-filmed edited videos, I post just as many of those constantly. Like I post a lot. So we're good. We're good. We tried to stop the whole thing, but the Parliaments dropped the talk. Oh, I wish all the governments would just stop. We don't need the whole time savings change thing. Like, it's hard enough keeping track of like time zones and stuff. That I understand. I get it. But the like changing them, it's like, stop it. Just, we don't need that anymore. uh so yeah. Anywho, um yeah, like this time seems to work. It works for us, and sadly I can't, make it work for every single time zone, because it just is what it is. But that's also why I do the like random lives too, because they're just fun. It's just fun hanging out and chatting. But I'm going to clean up my mess, which thankfully isn't too bad. Edit my links, do my social medias, and just stay tuned, you guys. And thank you again for hanging out with me. I very much appreciate it. Thank you to all those with the super chats. They're very appreciated. And they help me keep the unpaid intern stocked with his snacks, because he's not here. He's done. He was like, he's done. He's gone. He's been gone for a while, but he stays and helps moderate and all the things. And funny enough, so once he started doing that, the amount of trolls really dropped off. So whatever, I'll take it. I don't care. So yeah, people do always find things to complain about. It just is what it is. But yeah, thank you guys so much, and I will see you all very soon in the next video.